y'all, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be all about my March favorites. I'm so excited because these are really my favorite videos to watch. I'm just such a little nosy Nancy. I love to see what everyone else is loving and buying and hauling and favoriting. Is that a word? But I really love to watch these videos, and they're also coincidentally my favorite ones to film. So how about, without a super long introduction, we just jump right into the products. So to start out today, I have one non-beauty favorite, but I just have to mention it because I've been using it just all the time. Like, I can't believe I live my life without it. This is the, what's it called? It's called a UE roll. I guess that's what it's called. So this one is waterproof, I do believe. I will link it down below and subsequently maybe a few more details related to it. So what it is a portable speaker, Bluetooth wireless portable speaker. And it comes with a little connection here in the back where you can kind of charge it, but it is wireless, so you can kind of take it anywhere. It is waterproof, so you can kind of hang it in your shower if that's what you choose to do. I personally just hang it on every doorknob in my house that whichever room that I'm in, so I can listen to my music a little bit loudly, or maybe my podcast, or whatever it is that I'm doing, because I have been cleaning like a crazy person these last few months. And it's exhausting, number one. Number two, I'm ready to be done with it because it's actually really warm out today and I want to like get outside, so I'm gonna film this and go out and do something, I don't know what. But while I've been cleaning, this has been like my buddy because it just keeps me motivated, I guess you could say, while I'm cleaning. Because there's definitely been some projects I've been trying to get done around my house. So this is the UE wireless Bluetooth speaker roll, whatever it's called. But I will link it down below. So how about now, let's get into some beauty favorites. So you guys know that I have been doing a little too much shopping. I am warning you, there is a no-buy approaching our lives sooner than later. That's all I can promise. I'm gonna start shopping my stash and being really creative and not going ham on the shopping. This is what I'm telling you. All right, so help me out. But in the meantime, there have been a couple things that I have purchased that have instantly become favorites that I definitely want to talk about to you today. So number one, how about we just get kind of the skincare-y thing out of the way? This is MAC Fix Plus. I hauled it in a recent video. This isn't new to anyone in particular. Fix Plus has been around forever. I have just like refallen in love with it. I've had it forever. I kind of liked it and then I didn't like it at all. I thought it was breaking me out, but I don't think that is the case. So I've been using it and I've been loving it. So I ran out of the Yuzu fragrance, I think was the one I had, which was limited edition, which isn't one of the ones that they brought back recently at MAC. So this is just the original formula of the Fix Plus, and I love it. Mostly because I am kind of obsessed with the glowy, dewy look. As you can see, the glow is kind of real today. And the hair is a little... This hair, I can't even. So anyway, I'm really obsessed with like a dewy look. I want that look kind of every day pretty much. So this has been super, super helpful in achieving that. So that is MAC Fix Plus. Moving right along. Let's just stay with the face products for now, I guess. The next thing that I want to mention is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte. So you guys know that I'm in love with the Pro Glow, which by the way, I have one today. But I have this on as well, just right there, along my nose, right in my T-zone, just to keep that area matte. And I've been loving it. This is a long wear foundation. As you guys know, I'm obsessed with the Pro Glow and the Pro Matte. We'll see how I feel about it in the summer, because right now I'm not loving the all over matte look, but I do tend to get oily right in here, and so I definitely tend to put the Pro Matte just kind of along my nose and right in there. And it's been really, really doing the trick. So there's that. The next face product that I want to talk about today is the Kevyn Aucoin Sensual Skin Enhancer, and this is in the shade SX13. That's a mouthful, just so we're clear. So it comes in this tiny, 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 tiny little jar. So little, but when I tell you what's in here packs a punch, it's insane. So this is the product here. I've barely dipped into it, and it is so full coverage. I mean, it is uber full coverage. So when I originally purchased this, I thought it was going to be a good product, but I wasn't entirely sure how to use it. I'll be honest with you, which is not the way to go. Is don't do as I say, don't do as I do. This is an expensive product, so do a little more research than I did before you go ahead and purchase this. So originally I was using it just to spot conceal, and actually when I very first purchased it, I was still a little more tan, and I was using it just as like a concealer underneath my eyes. It's a little too dark for this color, and a little too rich, and so what I've been doing is using it to spot conceal. But I recently was in Sephora, I think, talking to one of the young ladies there, and she was kind of helping me figure out how to use it. And what she recommended is to take a little bit of the product, warm it up in your fingers. It's so full coverage, and then you just go dot, 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 and then you blend it out with a buffing brush. And I will say it gives the most beautiful finish, but you definitely have to be careful with it. It can get heavy pretty quickly. But the only issue currently is that this is just a little too rich for my skin tone at the moment. So if you see me in a couple recent videos where I look uber bronzy, that is probably because I had this foundation on. Now I can make it work. I can just bring it down my neck. But it does, between the lights and depending on what color shirt I have on, I look real bronze, which that's a look I'm okay with, but definitely approaching the summer months, I think this is gonna be perfect. Perfect. So I'm pretty excited about that. The wear is really good. The finish, like I said, is beautiful. I can't even take it. So that is the Kevyn Aucoin Sensual Skin Enhancer in the shade SX13. Good, a mouthful. Now I want to take it back one step, because I failed to mention one other skincare product that I definitely want to mention to you guys today. And this is the Caudalie Vino Perfect Serum. It's the Radiant Serum. You guys, this is good stuff. This is good stuff. I hate to tell you. I hate to be the bearer of bad news because this puppy is expensive, but it is really good. So I'm not sure what was going on in my life, but I was having, I mean, I'm sure part of it was hormonal for sure, but I was having just a lot of breakouts at one point. And even despite my best efforts to just leave them alone, which I did with most of them, I still had some hyperpigmentation on my face as they were kind of going away. And so I was very much in search of a serum that would help kind of fade that pigmentation. And this is really good for that. Now, what I will say is within the first couple of days, I noticed that my skin definitely was brighter for sure. But within like a week to 2 weeks, I noticed that the hyperpigmentation on my face had definitely gotten lighter as well. So, I mean, I've had this now maybe a little over 2 weeks, and I've been using it every night since then, and I've definitely seen results. So, sorry to your pocketbooks, but this is an amazing serum. At least it's worked really well for me. So if you're interested, definitely try maybe getting a sample. Because I would imagine the sample that you'd get from like Sephora would probably get you 2 or 3 nights worth. So you can at least see if you get a brightening effect from the product before you purchase it. The Marc Jacobs La Marque Liquid Lip Cream. I always forget what the name of this is. And this is in the color Yours to Try. This is what I have on my lips today in combination with a couple other things. You guys know that I'm like obsessed with a nude lip these days, despite the fact that it may be a little zombie-ish occasionally how nude my lip, or I heard somebody say, I think it was Katie from Lux Deluxe, she was like, you know, it's a very slutty nude. This may be that slutty nude, I admit. I think I know what she meant when she said that. So this is a very nude lip. It is not for the faint of heart, but I happen to love it, especially paired with a smoky eye. So that is the Marc Jacobs Liquid Lip Cream and Yours to Try. Moving right along in the Marc Jacobs category, I wanted to mention the Marc Jacobs, what are these called? Highliner Matte Gel Eye Crayon. And this is in the shade Earthquake. So if you guys saw my most recent haul video, which I will link up here somewhere, I had purchased Brownie was the color that I purchased, along with, what is this one? Sunset. So I purchased Sunset and Brownie, but when I went to swatch Brownie, it reminded me of probably 2 other eyeliners that I have from ColourPop, and that was just too many. So I returned it and I picked up Earthquake, which is a very cool tone, very dark chocolate brown liner. That is it here, and I really do like it. I have it on my waterline today, and what I appreciate about these liners, number 1, when you apply it, it applies very smoothly. Number 2, once it sets, it sets. And number 3, this color in particular, Earthquake, is dark enough to show up on my waterline, which is kind of a feat for a brown eyeliner for me. I have very dark lashes, and so it takes a special brown eyeliner to show up brown on me, because sometimes, you know, on a Sunday afternoon and you filming and got a full face and you're gonna go out and maybe run an errand or 2, you might not need black in your waterline, ladies, is what I'm saying. So this is a nice alternative where it is still dark and smoky as I'll get out at 3 in the afternoon. It is still an alternative to black. So I'm just putting that out there. That is the Marc Jacobs Highliner Matte Gel Eye Crayon in Earthquake. All right, let's move on to an oldie but a goodie. And by oldie but a goodie, I mean something that I've talked about ad nauseum on my channel. And for those of you who are tired of hearing about it, I'm so sorry, but I'll explain why I mentioned it again. These are the Mel Cosmetic eyeshadow stacks. I have the Rust stack as well as the Dark Matter stack here. And these are officially my holy grail eyeshadows. This is what I have on today for just kind of a brown, smoky, rusty, warm toned, smoky eye. And I love these so much. They blend beautifully. The pans are rather large, so you get a lot of product in this one shadow. But they are a little bit pricey, and more importantly, they stay out of stock like always. But right now on the Mel Cosmetics website, they are both available. So if you were interested in picking up 1 or 2 or either of these eyeshadow stacks, I would say do it right now while they're in stock, because once they go out of stock, it takes them a minute to restock them on the website. So I definitely want you guys to have an opportunity, if you were interested in picking them up, to do so. That is the Mel Cosmetics eyeshadow stacks and Dark Matter, and what's the other one? The Rust stack. If you had to pick one, I would say the Rust stack, because especially if you're a lover of the warm brown kind of colors, I would say the Rust stack. I picked up the Dark Matter because it contained Blur, and it had the black Dark Matter is the name of its shade. And I just think the both of these together make such a complete collection. You can do a million different looks with this and just take it with you on the road. So I really like it, and it's so cute to travel with. But don't be that girl who think you can kind of undo them and hold them up like this. That's how they get broke. So careful. Don't say I didn't warn you. So that's the Mel Cosmetic stacks. Now, the next product I would like to mention is a highlight. You know that there was no way we were going to get through a March favorites without me talking about the Nicole Guerrero and Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit. This is just a gorgeous, gorgeous glow kit. It's got 6 different shades. I think she did such an amazing job on this one. I tend to favor 143 and Glow Getter. I actually have a mix of both of those on my cheeks right now. I really, really love those. What's happening with this rolled piece of hair here? Is that one? He just won't behave. Okay. I tend to favor 143 and Glow Getter. Those are like my 2 favorite ones. But I really do also love Daydream, and I love Forever Lit for the inner corner if I need to do an inner corner highlight. So, I mean, They're all beautiful. I just haven't really gone ham into these 2 top shades yet, but I definitely love the other 4. So I think this is a good buy. If you haven't picked up a glow kit, or honestly, if you have and you're a beauty junkie like I am, I think this is one for the books. I think this is one you should definitely check out. So that is the Nicole Guerrero and Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit. Pick it up. From Charlotte Tilbury, this is the Bronze and Glow Film Star Bronze and Glow Kit, the face sculpt and highlight in medium dark. So I did just recently haul this as well, and for the record, how beautiful is this packaging? I'm gonna say it every time I hold it. It's amazingly gorgeous. I can't even. It's delicious, as my friend says quite often. So anyway, it comes with 2 colors, a sculpting shade and then a highlight shade. Now here's the funny situation. The highlight shade for anyone deeper than me in complexion is going to be Gorgina on your face, okay? Gorgina. Now, if you are my complexion or a wee bit lighter, you can still get away with this palette. You wouldn't have to necessarily go to the lighter one, but what I would suggest, what I figured out the hard way, is that the highlight actually is better a blush than it is an actual highlight, because it's just a little dark and a little peachy to be an actual highlight, like on your cheekbones highlight. And that's the way I wear. Now, I did originally attempt to wear this as a regular highlight. And, you know, all it takes is one glimpse of yourself in that perfect light to show you how peachy you are all over your face. Because y'all know how I like to go ham with the highlight. And I'll admit, the mirror that I get ready in the morning, like going to work, is not the place where I should be making executive decisions. It's just not. The lighting isn't perfect, but I tend to do the same thing every day, so I don't need all of these lights to make a decision. But that day, you know, I felt frisky. I had a few extra minutes. I was like, we gonna do the Charlotte Tilbury today. And then I got to work and I was like, ooh, you a little peachy goddess, ain't you? So I definitely will recommend that instead of doing it, if you're my complexion, instead of doing it as like a cheekbone highlight or what have you, definitely use it as a blush instead. And it's actually the blush I have on today, and I really like it. It's kind of a bronzy little pop of color, not too heavy, but just enough for like kind of a glowy cheek, but gives you something to tie in the rest of the look. So that's that. Now the contour shade I definitely love as well. I have that on as well today, kind of at the backs of my cheek, and it's a beautiful contour shade. This one I wouldn't recommend, at least for my complexion, using it as a bronzer. This is one of the few contour shades that if you use it all over, it will get a little muddy on my complexion. So I tend to just use it definitely to sculpt out my cheeks. And then I go in with a different bronzer to kind of warm up my face. So that is what we are loving today, is the Charlotte Tilbury Bronze and Glow Kit. I can't remember if my friend Savvy, the girl I did a collaboration with that is my buddy here on YouTube, if she picked this one up or not. I need to ask her again, because this one is really, really, really nice. So I have to check with her. But what I do know that she picked up, and I'm so excited for her because I love it just as well, is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Skin Perfecting Micro Powder. And this is the number 3 dark color. And I adore this powder. This powder, number one, can we talk about the compact? I mean, if I'm just touching up a little bit, I mean, I look so rich, flawless, expensive. No, I'm kidding. But this is a beautiful, beautiful packaging. And the powder, it's hard to describe the powder because it's kind of unlike anything I've ever tried before. When you touch it, it's just, it's silky, creamy, buttery deliciousness in between your fingers. It is such an amazing powder. This powder, I definitely have seen people use it to set their under eye concealer, which I've only tried that once, and I think I need to play around with that technique a little bit more with this powder. But this day, I had to go get it out of my purse because it stays in my purse because this is perfect for touch-ups. Now, I've mentioned before that I tend to get oily here and here, kind of, you know, on the opposite sides of my nose here. And so this is amazing to just with a little brush, a little bit on either side, and sometimes like in between my brows I get a little bit oily. So this is the perfect powder to take away that oil, But not only that, it leaves you with such a beautiful, soft, airbrushed, truly airbrushed finish. Did my lights just get brighter? I think they did. Forgive me if there's some weird lighting changes going on here. It don't look too bright. But I am filming in daylight today, which y'all know. If any of you all film videos, you know the struggle of lighting, and if it changes that much, it makes a huge difference. But either way, this powder is beautiful for touch-ups. So like I said, it doesn't leave my purse because it is so amazing. You go through your day at work, you need a little touch-up so you can get that after-work cocktail, a little brush, flawless. Flawless, I tell you, flawless. So that is the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for subscribing and for sticking with me. I know there's been a bit of a crazy upload schedule, but you know, y'all know life happens. You know, I don't have to explain this to y'all, but I am definitely still here for all this goodness on YouTube. So I will continue to put out content, and I hope you guys are enjoying it. As always, if you haven't subscribed already, definitely do so on your way out, and be sure to hit the little bell so you're notified of all the uploading that we do around these parts. And you know, as always, my dog comes in at the last minute and wrecks shop. But as always, I love you guys. And if you haven't seen my most recent video, I will put something up right about here. And then also right around here, I will leave a little area for you to click and subscribe if you haven't done so already. As always, like I mentioned, I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.